Let's get back to Trump's new tariffs. Anthony Pompliano joins me today. You say that tariffs lead to lower prices for consumers. Now, you take me through the economics of this.
So tariffs are one of the American traditions, right? George Washington, when he's first president of the United States, second bill he signs tariffs. Fast forward to today, though, we're not talking about the 1700s. We're talking about, obviously, 2025. And so in 2018, Trump put tariffs in place. He did washing machines, solar panels, and steel. All three of those products saw a short-term, about 3 to 6 month increase in price. But before the pandemic, all three of those were then trading at lower prices than the pre-tariff prices. And so what ends up happening is we are punishing external foreign producers, and we are incentivizing domestic production. When we do that, they produce more. If you produce more, the prices come down.
So you accept that for maybe weeks or even months, prices of some Canadian products that are coming into America will go up. You accept that?
Of course, but if we trade off
How long are you prepared to accept that for?
Well, I would argue that if you get even years of higher prices for decades of lower prices, that would be a good trade-off. But that's not what's going to happen, because in 2018 what we saw was
fly politically.
Well, it is. The American people sent Donald Trump into office and Elon Musk to go slash costs and to go and do this.
Okay.
The America First strategy.
Now tell me how tariffs create American jobs.
So look at washing machines. We put the tariffs on washing machines in 2018. Two Korean manufacturers came to the United States and said, we don't want to pay the tariff. They built manufacturing plants here in America. They created 2,000 American jobs. Washing machines actually traded lower prices than the pre-tariff price before the pandemic hit. Today, washing machines are cheaper than they were before those tariffs were put on.
David, you want to say something?
The steel and aluminum tariffs only lasted 6 months. President Trump took the tariffs off. And the whole point is what you can't see is the way it impacted other industries. Manufacturing is down 20% right now from where it was before those tariffs started. It never came back. So that is the issue, is there are certain jobs that change. It benefits one group, hurts a larger group. It's always a cost to the economy.
All right, Anthony, you tell me how tariffs lead to lower income taxes.
Well, if you look in 2018, what did he do? He increased tariff revenue, generated a revenue for the government. He dropped the income tax from 39.6% to 37%. The whole reason why tariffs originally were put in place is because we didn't have an income tax. It used to be over 90% of all government revenue came from tariffs. We had zero income tax. From 1850 or so to 1950, we went from all tariffs, no income tax, to the exact opposite. What Donald Trump wants to do here is he wants to increase tariff revenue and he wants to drop income tax. 2018, we have a real-life example. He implemented tariffs. They created American jobs, protected American industry. He did not have inflation. Inflation actually went down in the 9 months after he implemented those tariffs. And he was able to drop federal income tax. I think that was the tariff experiment. We're now headed to the tariff era.
It was only $30 billion of tariffs in 2018. $30 billion. I mean, you're talking about a government that cost $6 trillion to run.
Not
He's
anymore.
right, though. When tariffs were, now he's talking about going higher 5 times. When tariffs were our only source of revenue, government spending was 1.9% of the economy. It's now 25%. So everyone using that argument is ignoring the real problem, I'm sure you agree, is the size of government. You cannot fund government with tariffs. It is 20 times larger than it was when we're talking about the 18th century.
Respond.
I think that the really big point here is that tariffs don't operate in a silo. They actually are operating in a big, complex economic machine. We see that Elon Musk is cutting significant costs. He thinks $1 trillion a year of government spending. And so having the tariffs play out at the same time that we're going to cut government spending obviously is a much better situation than if just the tariffs were levied without that cut in government spending.
It's going to be quite a day, isn't it?
It's going to be fun.
And quite a year, I'd say. It's been an extraordinary 2 weeks since he became president. That's a fact. All right. Anthony, thank you very much for joining us. Appreciate it.